Yesterday, Bitcoin broke out of this huge triangle, and we're now seeing a possibility that Bitcoin is going to see a bearish retest, and this is some big trouble for Bitcoin. So should we worry for more downside in the coming hours? However, on the daily time frame, there are a lot of interesting charts I will tell you about in this video, so you want to sit back, relax and enjoy the video and watch it all the way to the end to don't miss anything. There's also a lot of interesting news coming in for the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETFs, and a lot of other news hitting the market. So this is also very important news that I will share with you in this video. Later in the video I will also have a look at the two altcoins, Bittensor TAO and Dogecoin. So watch this video all the way to the end to be updated about the markets. Yesterday you guys pumped my video up to above the 30 likes, which was highly appreciated by me. So give this video another like because it will help my channel a lot. And with that being said, let's dive right into the charts. So on the 1 hour time frame, I've been discussing this huge triangle with you. On the top side we can see multiple touch points here as resistance, and also on the lower side we can see multiple touch points as support. And yesterday we saw that this triangle was broken down to the downside. We are now probably seeing a retest of this previous support to test it as resistance, and from here we can maybe see a bearish retest for Bitcoin, and then we have to aim for the lower side of the formation, which will be the breakdown target, and that will be around the $92,000. So Bitcoin can come all the way back to the $92,000 if this bearish scenario is going to play out. But of course, what we want to see for Bitcoin is that we're going to see an invalidation of this bearish retest, that we're going to eventually see more of a bullish continuation of the price, and eventually we want to also break this resistance area to the top side, and that of course will be very bullish. So let's see what Bitcoin is going to do at this point. Are we going to see a bearish retest, or are we going to see a break to the top side? And personally, I hope that we're going to see a break to the top side, a retest of the resistance to test it as support, and from there we can aim for higher targets. And then the breakout target of this formation will be confluent with the top side of this formation, and that will be around $106,000 for Bitcoin. So this could also be a very interesting trade to make. So for instance, if we're going to see a retest of the resistance as support, and we're going all the way back to this $106,000, then it would be a 7% increase. So especially when you are leverage trading, this is a very interesting trade to make. So yeah, for now it is looking a little bit more bearish than bullish because we're still below this huge resistance area, and let's see what Bitcoin will do at this next make or break point. And yesterday the Bitcoin ETFs had another bullish day. We saw a $66.4 million in total inflow. It was not a very bullish day, but of course we didn't saw any outflows of any ETF. So especially BlackRock, Fidelity, and also the W3 are buying Bitcoin like crazy. So this is looking very bullish, and let's see if we can come to the $41 billion in total cumulative inflow this week, and we still have 2 trading days left on the US market. So this is looking also bullish, and if we have a look at the total cumulative inflow, we are seeing that this beautiful uptrend is happening for the Bitcoin ETF. So let's see if we can continue this bullish uptrend, and let's see if we can see another spike to the top side and maybe come to the $50 billion of total inflow. And if we then have a look at the Ethereum ETFs, we can see another bullish day for the Ethereum ETFs, especially Fidelity was buying yesterday a lot of Ethereum, so this was very bullish for the market of Ethereum. And also the price of Ethereum is looking good lately. After a huge dip, we are now seeing a little bit of a bounce to the top side, so this is looking very bullish, and let's see if we can see more inflows into the Ethereum ETFs through the rest of the week. So I was looking at the bearish chart for Bitcoin, but there's also some bullish charts having a lot of interesting formations on the daily time frame. We can see that this beautiful triangle finally broke out several weeks ago. We are now retesting this previous resistance as support multiple times. So this is actually looking very bullish, and this bullish retest is now occurring. So you could also enter the market here for Bitcoin in the long, and then we can aim for higher targets here in the coming weeks. So for now, this bullish retest is happening, and we can see a beautiful bounce from this daily chart. So this is also looking very bullish, and I think we will see more continuation in the coming weeks. And of course, on the lower time frame, it is looking a little bit more bearish as I discussed earlier in this video. But for now, this bullish retest is everything you need to know on the daily time frame. And the higher time frame is looking very bullish. So overall, Bitcoin is still in this bullish uptrend, and we could also see if Bitcoin is going to create a higher low from here, we can also maybe create a new higher high, and that will of course bring us to a new all-time high. So let me know in the comments, do you think that Bitcoin will create a new all-time high in February, or do you think that we will see it in the later this year? And yesterday we had also some very interesting news coming in, and that was that the FDIC is allowing banks to offer Bitcoin and crypto services in revised guidance. And crypto custody is also being discussed. So this is also very bullish for the Bitcoin market and the crypto market overall, because banks are going to be involved in Bitcoin, and this is exactly what we want to see. And yeah, the FDIC is going to revise the guidelines, and they allow banks to engage in crypto activity. So this is very bullish. And this change could have a massive ramifications on the crypto market, and it could be set to take place. So this is indeed very bullish, and let's see if a lot of banks are going to be involved in Bitcoin and crypto, and this will only pump up the market for crypto assets overall. And zooming out to the daily time frame for Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin is still in this huge bullish uptrend. We can only see higher highs and higher lows unfolding. So this is exactly what we want to see. And as I'm always saying, the trend is your friend until it ends. So currently we are still in this bullish uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. And let's see if Bitcoin can create a bottom and create also a new higher high, and that of course will bring us to a new all-time high. But on the top side we can see this resistance coming into the market, which I will discuss with you later. But for now we can also see that this range is unfolding for Bitcoin, and this is looking especially very bullish because it looks a little bit like a bull flag formation. And after such a big run up, we are now seeing a continuation and just a consolidation as well. So I think after this consolidation, we will see the next spike to the top side. But keep in mind, there's also a bearish scenario possible that Bitcoin is going to create a lower low, and that will mean that we're coming to lower prices. And if we then create a lower high, then it means that we're going to shift from a bullish uptrend into a bearish downtrend. And looking at another chart on the daily time frame, we can see this horizontal range is unfolding. On the top side, we can see multiple touch points here as resistance, and on the lower side, we can see this block of support unfolding. So every time Bitcoin comes to this huge green box of accumulation, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin. Currently, we are at the lows of this range, and we could potentially see that Bitcoin is coming back to the support level. And if Bitcoin is coming to the support level once again, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin for the long term. But on the top side, we can see this horizontal resistance level coming into play. And last week, we saw a big rejection coming in. And let's see if Bitcoin can bounce now from the lower sides back again to the top side resistance. And of course, we want to see that Bitcoin is finally going to break this resistance to the top side, create a retest of the resistance to test it as support, and from there you can aim for higher targets, and then of course we will create a new all-time high. And this could all happen in the coming days or weeks, but for now we are in the middle of this range, so keep in mind that this consolidation could also take a little bit more time to finally see a breakout or a breakdown. And zooming out a little bit to the weekly time frame, we can see that Bitcoin is currently creating this huge bull flag formation. And of course, last year we also saw a huge consolidation, which was acting as a bull flag. Finally, we saw a breakout, then we saw a huge run up, and now we are creating it again as a consolidation, which is looking like a bull flag formation as well. So in the coming weeks, we could see a huge consolidation happening just like we saw last year, and then eventually we are going to see either a break to the top side or a break to the downside. So let me know in the comments, what is your thought about this huge bull flag? Are we going to see a break to the top side, or are we going to see a break to the downside? And if that happens, we will go into a bear market. But of course, if we're going to see a break to the top side, we will continue the bull market. Another interesting news article was coming into the market, and according to ARK Invest, Bitcoin is on track to hit $1.5 million by 2030, and they're charting this graph, and their price targets are for 2030. The bear case is $300,000. The price target base case for 2030 is $710,000, and for the $1.5 million is their bull case scenario. So right now they're saying that Bitcoin is on track to hit $1.5 million in 2030. So of course, if this happens, a lot of altcoins also will show a lot of bullish price action in the coming years. So from now, this is still 5 years away. So I think we will see exponential moves, but I think $1.5 million maybe is a little bit far reached. But for now, if we're going to see a $300,000 Bitcoin in 2030, I would also be very satisfied. But of course, I want to aim at this $710,000 of Bitcoin in 2030. So let me know in the comments, what is your price prediction for Bitcoin in 2030? And the first altcoin I want to have a look at is Dogecoin. We can see that Dogecoin had this very bullish uptrend in the last year. We saw a big increase for Dogecoin. Then we are seeing a huge consolidation, and this triangle is now unfolding. Of course, earlier this week we saw a big downtrend because Bitcoin was also falling heavily and altcoins were taking a big hit. But of course, as I'm always saying, there are a lot of interesting price levels that you could look at for these horizontal levels. And these horizontal levels got respected very carefully. And as you can see here, this horizontal level got touched perfectly. So from this level, I was entering the market for Dogecoin. And if we're coming lower, I'm going to buy more Dogecoin for the long term. But my first buy order got hit and it was around this place. So from this green box of accumulation, we already saw a very interesting increase of almost 29%. So this was a very interesting trade, of course, to make. And as we can see here, earlier this week, we saw a breakdown of this huge triangle to the downside for Dogecoin. So this was actually a little bit of a bearish move. But for now, we can also see that this huge triangle is forming into a huge falling wedge formation. And this is actually looking very bullish because a falling wedge formation is a typical bullish bias pattern. And after a huge run up, we almost see a continuation to the downside a little bit. And then we most likely see that we're going to see a continuation of the bullish uptrend. Then we're going to see a retest of the resistance to test it as support. And then we can aim for higher targets. And then the breakout target of the formation will be confluent with the top side of the formation. And that will be around the 48 cents. So this could be the very interesting level for Dogecoin to hit. And of course, after this big run up, and we're now seeing a consolidation, we will see the next move in the coming weeks. So let me know in the comments, do you still hold Dogecoin in your portfolio? And what are your thoughts about Dogecoin in the future? And another interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Bittensor TAO. We can see that Bittensor TAO is respecting these horizontal levels very carefully. And we fell below this huge support area, so we have to paint it in red. But now we come back to this next big support level. And as I'm always saying, I'm buying more TAO every time we come a little bit lower. So at this green box of accumulation, I'm also buying more TAO. And we can also see in the past a lot of touch points here as support and resistance. So this is a very interesting level, and TAO needs to hold its level in order to become a little bit more bullish, because otherwise we come all the way back to this lower level, and this will bring us all the way back to the lower $200. So now we want to see it bounce to the top side, and if we see a break of this resistance area, we can maybe see a retest of the resistance again, and then we can maybe see a more of a bullish uptrend unfold. And if we have another look on the Bittensor TAO daily time frame, we can see this huge triangles unfolding. On the top side, we can see a lot of resistance coming into the market, and on the lower side, we can see a lot of support. And finally, this big falling wedge is coming to an apex, and the price of Bittensor TAO is getting squeezed into this apex, and we will finally see a breakout eventually. So I think we will just continue the bullish uptrend, because after a big uptrend, we saw a huge consolidation, and now we are coming at this huge big support level. So buying at this level is a no-brainer for me, and I think we will see more chances that we're going to see a break to the top side, a retest of the resistance to test it as support, and then we can aim for higher targets. And the breakout target for this formation will be confluent with the top side of this formation, and it will be around the $725. So this could be a very interesting trade to make. So for instance, if we're going to see a breakout, and from this place you could already make a 100% increase to the breakout target of this formation. So in the coming days, we could see this huge falling wedge formation breaking out. And of course, we could either see a break to the top side or a break to the downside. And of course, we want to see a break to the top side, and that we're going finally seeing some exponential move for Bittensor. And of course, we also want to break this previous all-time high. So personally, I'm very bullish on Bittensor TAO. And let me know in the comments, are you bullish as well? And do you hold Bittensor TAO in your portfolio? So again, please like this video. Follow me on my Twitter channel, and in the description under this video you can find the links to my Twitter channel and also to my free Telegram group, where I post more in-depth analysis about Bitcoin. So with that being said, I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.